Horizontal introduction to it created by Emerie Mitchell but learn text box selected 1 of 1 to move through or expand item page down document content edit read document aloha from me enter.
Hi, my name is Emerie Mitchell Butler, but my nickname's Emmy. I'm going to be in 9th grade at Kalaheo next year. I have 2 sisters that live with me, and they're Adri and Ellie. They're going to be in 10th grade and 12th grade this year at Kalaheo. I really like math and my computer because I'm learning how to use it, and chickens. I'm blind, but I do lots of the same things that you do. At least, I'm a kid, so. I access my world through my computer for the internet, and my mobility skills with my cane, which I, tap around with and make sure I don't run into anything. And I also use my phone to text my friends. But I think the most important for school, at least maybe this year, because of the pandemic, is my computer. And I am learning to access all of my schoolwork through my computer. So this slideshow is just going to tell you, my teachers, or anybody else, a little bit about me and how I access my world, especially during school.
Page down. Document content edit read document content tools I use to access my education. 1. Computer with screen reader and braille display. A screen reader is talking software that is installed on the computer. It tells me everything on the screen so that I can access all that computers do. 1. I use the screen reader called JAWS. You may hear me mention JAWS in upcoming videos. B. A braille display tells me what is on the screen of my computer, but in braille that I read with my fingers. 2. Braille note-taker device. A braille note-taking device is a device that has electronic braille that I read with my fingers. These devices can function independently from a computer, but can't do as much as a computer. 2. Braille textbooks. I need hard copy paper braille textbooks for some subjects. D. I need all graphics and tactile format so I can have it under my fingers. Page down. Document content. Document explanation of the following videos as well as how to make sure assignments are accessible. This is accessible because you can click into words and move with letters. If you can click your mouse in the middle of a block of text and move it from letter to letter, you have actual text. But if when you click the text and the whole box is selected, you have a picture of text. A blind person cannot read a picture of text with their screen reader. Therefore, it is considered inaccessible. If you can click your explanation of the this is accessible because you can click into words and move with letters. Page down. Document content edit read only. Preview horizontal. This is how I must access a site that is not accessible with JAWS text box selected. Enter.
So I'm Emerie, and I'm on the Cells platform. This is the, I guess you could say, homepage where it has all the classes. And so I'm using this right now, and I only have one class enrolled, and it's biology. So I'm going to show how I can navigate through this site, which is actually not very JAWS friendly, but there's workarounds. And so I'm going to show how I do each thing that I do on the Cells platform. So to start, I'm going to get down to the class. I could do it in 2 different ways. I could either open my links list.
Links list dialog. Links list view.
And once I open my links list, I can press B.
B.
And if it's not there, then I can go to the bottom.
Sign out 11 of 11. Parent registrate 1 repeat sign.
And for some reason, the class isn't there. So I'm going to
Escape.
exit out. And once I exit out, then I'm actually going to go to the bottom
Copyright.
of the page and arrow up until I hear my class.
Biology W. Mr. Noga.
So I figured out why it doesn't go into the links because it's not labeled as a link. So it's still pretty easy to get there, just to go to the bottom with Control N and then arrow up to the classes. I'm going to go ahead and press enter on this class because I'm going to do one of the videos.
Enter. Biology W. Mr. Noga. Acellus the Science of Learning Mozilla Firefox. Acellus the Science of Learning. Acellus the Science of Learning. Page has 2 headings and 4 links. Acellus a set visited list. Acellus heading level 6 energy vs. New heading level 6 biology A. Library 0.
So I've already watched the video on this specific, I guess you could call it a module, and I had closed the video after I watched it, and then I came back, and it's opened in the right spot. So that's a nice thing about Acellus, is it brings you back where you left off, most of the time. So this question is not accessible in the standard way. So I'm just going to go to the top and arrow all the way down through it so you can hear or see just how much is not, accessible.
Acellus the Science of Learning. Visited link graphic home graphic. Acellus logo graphic. Heading level 6 energy vs. Nutrients.
So energy versus nutrients.
Heading level 6 biogeochemical cycles.
And it has those. But then after this, there's no question.
A.
It just goes straight to A. And then the answer choice A is
Library 00001120494698 graphic.
a very long picture. Well, it's a normal picture, but it has a very long name. Anyway, B has the same thing.
B. Library 0000112049.
And so this is actually a step up from the current Chrome, Google Chrome. It's not that much different, but at least it shows the pictures on Chrome. It actually doesn't tell me there's a graphic there, and therefore I can't choose the answer choice because I actually have to click on the graphic. So then let's just see the rest of the page.
Copyright 2003 blank. 88. Link graphic Acellus resources. Link graphic Acellus help. Link interface Acellus engine. Link.
And that is it. So I have two ways I could do this. I'm going to do the first, usually fastest way first, and then on the next question I'm going to do a little bit slower but a little bit more in-depth way. So I'm going to just Shift H to my heading.
Biogeochemical cycles heading level 6.
So once I've gotten to my heading, I can go ahead and initiate the first way, which is JAWS OCR. So I'm just going to do the JAWS OCR layered command. Starts with JAWS key plus space, so your JAWS key could either be caps lock or insert, whichever one you chose. So JAWS key plus space.
Space.
And then O for OCR.
O, OCR.
And then S for screen.
OCR started.
And it's
Finished. JAWS cursor.
And then it's going to say finished. And so when it's finished, it'll have this deep voice because it's on the JAWS cursor and you're reading what it OCR'd. So I'm going to start and see where I am.
Does heat
A.
So I'm actually on the answer choice. I'm going to arrow up to the question.
Does heat is a
Acellus logo Acellus resources.
heat is a form of energy. Therefore, how Acellus felt? Does heat flow through an ecosystem?
So sometimes it'll randomly stick the Acellus help inside the question, but if you just kind of ignore Acellus resources and Acellus help, then it's readable. And so it was asking,
Heat is a form of energy. Therefore, how Acellus felt? Does heat flow through an ecosystem?
heat is a form of energy, therefore how does heat flow through an ecosystem? So then it'll hopefully have OCR'd those graphics as the answer choices, and we can figure out what they say and then go choose the right answer.
A.
Heat cycles through an ecosystem.
B.
Heat travels in one direction through an ecosystem.
Copyright.
Heat
B.
cycle.
A.
Heat cycles through an ecosystem.
B.
Heat travels in one direction through an ecosystem.
So A is that it cycles through, and B is that it goes in one direction. And we know that heat goes only in one direction. Once it's gotten to the end, it dissipates in some way or another. And so I have to go back into my PC cursor with JAWS key plus semicolon.
Virtual PC
And
cursor.
then I know that it's B, so I'm going to go find B.
Heading level 6. Heading level 6. A. Library 0B.
So I'm on B, so I'm just going to down arrow to its respective graphic.
Library 0.
And click enter.
Enter.
So I've just answered a question using OCR, and of course when you know how to do it, it goes faster. So now I'm going to do the next method.
B. Library 0
So I'm on another one of those inaccessible picture-y questions. So
B. Library A. Heading level.
this has an overview.
Heading level 6 biogeochemical site A. Library 0 B. Library 0's next graphic. Copyright.
So it just kind of has the pictures. Now I'm going to do the second method, which this one is kind of takes a little longer, but it's pretty, pretty in depth. Once you do it, it usually shows, it's simpler to read. Like it usually doesn't have those Acellus resources in the middle of the question. But it also works better for, some questions usually just don't work with the OCR for some reason or another. And so if you do this method, then sometimes it'll work a little better, but this is like the second option. So I'm going to go up to my heading again.
Biogeochemical cycles heading level 6.
And then I'm going to do a screenshot, or a screen capture, whatever you like to call it, which usually I would use function F10 to do that. But we're actually going to add windows to that so that it will drop it directly into my file explorer. I'm going to go ahead and do that.
Print screen.
So it says it did a print screen, and since I added windows, it should be waiting in my pictures folder.
Windows E, File Explorer, items, download, document, pictures, 4 of 20, enter, shell
Once I go into my pictures folder, I'm actually going to look for the screenshots folder.
pictures, saved pictures, screenshots, 4 of 5,
There it is.
enter, items, view,
And
multi-select,
I'm going to go to the bottom.
not selected, screenshot 15,
And then
PNG, space, screenshot
make sure
15,
it's selected, and this should be the most recent screenshot. So now I'm going to do JAWS Picture Smart. So I'm going to do, again, the layered command, JAWS key plus space,
space,
P for Picture Smart,
P, picture smart,
F for File.
picture smart is in progress,
This one takes a little longer than the OCR.
heading level 2 caption is a screenshot,
Once it is done, sometimes, usually it'll pop up into the current window where you're on, but sometimes when it's done, you'll actually have to Alt-Shift-Tab to it, or just Alt-Tab for a long time through all your windows. But it's here, so we got it. So now we're going to arrow through this and see what it gave us.
heading level 4, this text appears in the photo, Cells the Science of Learning X,
So it's just saying that this, because it does more than text, so this is saying that the following is what text it found in the photo.
plus, you are screen sharing, stop share, HTTP, Emerie vs,
So
nutrient,
that was, the screen sharing was that I'm screen sharing. So now we're down to the nutrients,
Emerie vs, nutrients,
energy versus nutrients,
biogeochemical cycles,
biogeochemical cycles. Nothing has really changed yet.
Acellus,
Now it's just a cell.
how can we compare nutrients and energy?
How can we compare nutrients and energy? So cool, it has the question.
A, energy and nutrients both cycle through an ecosystem.
Energy and nutrients both cycle through ecosystem. So that's after A, so it got it, yay.
Nutrients cycle through an ecosystem, whereas energy moves in one direction through an ecosystem.
So actually, for some reason, this method doesn't include the letter B, but it still has B in it. So like I had A, and then B is after A, obviously. But for some reason, it doesn't actually say B, but if you know that A ended and B is something completely different, then you can pretty accurately guess that this is B. So I'm going to go back into the top, and we're going to see which one's right.
Nutrient energy A, energy and nutrients both cycle through an ecosystem.
So that's not true because energy goes in one direction.
Nutrients cycle through an ecosystem, whereas energy moves in one direction through an ecosystem.
That's the right one. B is the correct one. So now that I know the answer, I'm not going to keep open this window other than I'm going to have to close it later. So I'm just going to escape.
Escape, screenshot 15.
And if it was in its own separate window that had popped up, then I'd have to Alt F4, but it just happened on top of my file explorer, so that was cool. So now that I know it's B, I'm going to Alt Tab back over to Firefox.
Acellus the Science of Learning Mozilla Firefox to move to
And I'm going to go find the picture associated with B
heading levels, heading A, library B, libraries,
and click.
enter.
Cool. Now I'm on the next question.
B, libraries B, A, heading level 6 biogeochemical, heading level 6 energy
So it's
VS.
another inaccessible question, so I could choose the first option or the second option, but of course the first option is shorter. So now we're going to actually learn how to do something else.
Page down, document content edit read only, document content edit read only, preview horizontal, time consuming workarounds for getting a page to read text box selected. Enter.
So now I'm back on our little classes homepage on the Acellus platform. I had just demonstrated how you can answer questions. So now I'm going to show another thing that seems extremely inaccessible, but there's a way. So this actually is under special lessons, so I can pull up my links or arrow. Links is faster, so I'm going to use JAWS key plus F7.
Links list dialog, links list.
Now I'm going to press C for, actually no, it's not C for classes. It is S for special lessons.
S score 6 of 11, S sign out 11 of 11, S score 6 of 11.
And it's not there, so we're actually going to arrow through these and see what the letter is for next time.
Classes 1 of 11 not selected. Prop classes, progress, messaging, attendant, calendar, score 6, 3 special lessons.
Okay, so that is weird because it depends on how many special lessons you have. So, I mean, I guess you just
Score 6 of 11.
go to S and then an arrow down. Go to score and then arrow down. So that would work.
3 special lessons.
So once I'm going to click on this,
Enter. Special lessons.
it's going to go into the special lessons. And when I say I'm clicking, I'm most likely just pressing,
Page has 1 special.
I'm most likely just pressing enter. Because that, just like enter on it, you know. So I'm going to just kind of give you guys
Special lessons.
a preview of this page. So right now it's at the top. It's going to go through all these links.
Heading upload a picture.
Oh wait, the links are not there.
Heading level 1 submit work.
So this is submit work.
Upload a
I
picture.
could upload a picture or
Browse. Button. No file selected. Visited link. Create a text file.
create a text file. So I don't want to do any of those because I actually haven't figured out what I need to do.
A Celis graphic. Visited link classes. Visited link visit link live link 1. Roger Billings welcome Emerie Calabio eyes link parent registration. Vertical bar. Link sign out. Navigation region.
Okay, cool. I have most likely got him down to my classes or my special lessons.
Heading level 3 link. Heading level 3 biology W Mr. Noga. Visited link.
So that's a good point. If I wanted to, I could go to the top
Special lessons. Submit work heading level 1. Link. Biology W Mr.
and cool, I'm already down there past those links. So this page does have headings. Now I'm going to go find a special lesson that I want to do.
Heading level 3 biology W Mr. Noga. Visited link. Biodiversity. Dash. Visited link. Chemical reactions. Dash. Visited link. Water cycle. Dash.
So
Land.
there's just blanks after that. So I need to pick one of these to pop it open on the bottom, and then I'm going to use headings to get there. So I'm going to do
Land. Visited link. Water cycle.
it's water cycle.
Land. Visited link.
But actually, I need to be on the one before water cycle,
Chemical land. Chemical reactions. Dash.
and then when I arrow down again, it's going to give me the link I need to press.
Visited link.
Okay, so that's what I need to press to pop open water cycle.
Enter. Special lessons. Visited link.
So hopefully water cycle's just opened, so I'm going to heading to see if it will get me there.
Wrapping to top. Submit work heading link. Biology. Wrapping to top. Submit work heading left.
So it didn't give me my headings, but I can go to the bottom
Copyright 2000.
and arrow up.
Turn the button. Add work button. Copyright.
So I'm editing my thing where I said that it's headings. It's actually buttons to get down there. So what you do is, if I was on my
Land. General biology. Land. Visited link.
if I was on my link over here, I could press a button, press B for button,
Add work button.
and then arrow up.
Copyright. Land. Waters. General. Land. General
And then
biology.
it's going to say general biology, water cycle.
Water cycle. Land.
And that is just about all it gives me. So, how sad.
Land.
There's different ways we could do this, but actually pretty much only one that works that we found. So we could try JAWS OCR.
OCR started. Finished. JAWS cursor. Copyright. Add work.
Copyright 2.
Copyright. Land. File.
And.
Land. Water cycle. Chemical reactions.
Now.
Chemical water cycle. Land.
And. Create a text file.
File. Land. Copyright.
Copyright.
Land. Add word. Copyright.
Dash. T type here. This or T type here. Dash.
Copyright. Add word. Turn in.
Okay, so it didn't even mention the general biology in the JAWS OCR, but it did give me the buttons. So that's cool, but not really.
Virtual PC cursor.
We could try the screenshot. So I will try that now.
Water cycle. Land. Water general biology.
So I'm just going to do my Windows print screen.
Print screen.
My file explorer is already open, so I'm just going to go over there.
Task switching. Screenshots. To move to an item, press the arrow. Not selected. Screenshot 16. Space. Screenshot 16. PNG. Space.
Picture Smart. So JAWS key plus space. PF. Picture.
Picture Smart.
Smart. File.
Picture Smart failed to start. Multiple files currently selected.
So that, don't know why that happened, but we can just arrow around for a little bit, probably 2 times, just to make sure only one thing is selected.
Screenshot 15. Screenshot 16.
And now we'll just do it again.
Space. Picture Smart is in progress.
It's in progress, so nice. There's my little click, it's in progress.
Heading level 2 caption is a screenshot of caption.
Okay, awesome. It opened our little, it's
Heading spellars stop to HTT. Welcome Emerie Acellus. The science of learning. Classes. Progress. Method. Attend talent score. Special library. Roger biology water cycle. Biology W. Mr. Noga. Water cycle. Biodiversity. Review the following material. Chemical reactions.
Okay, cool. It's going to probably give me my work.
The water cycle is the movement of water through the earth and the atmosphere. It goes through several steps to make a complete cycle. Water cycle. Water is stored in two reservoirs, the ocean water and the atmosphere. It leaves the ocean water through evaporation and changes into a gas and rises into the atmosphere. There it cools and condenses back into a liquid. It forms into clouds, into droplets that have condensed become precipitation, which falls back to the earth. Precipitation can be rain, snow, sleet, and hail. Then it is absorbed by the soil and taken up by plants. Transpiration also occurs. Transpiration is water that at work.
So, as you can see, it got a good bit of it, but then it cut off. So, the reason for that is because what it popped open, you actually have to scroll in it. And the problem with scrolling is that if you do a screenshot, it's only going to get the little thing that was there. So, there's a solution to this.
Escape.
Let's
Screenshot.
get out of my results. Go back to Firefox.
Special lessons Mozilla Firefox.
So this one's honestly a little strange, but what you do is you actually have to save this web page as an HTML file, and it's honestly not as complicated as it sounds. You just press Control S, and that'll give you the option to save your HTML file. We're just going to keep it in downloads because we're going to delete it right after we get what we want. So I'm just going to press Control S.
Control S. Save as dialog. File name. Edit combo. Special lessons. HTML to set the value.
And then I know it's in downloads, but I'm going to check with Alt D.
Alt D. Address edit combo. Downloads to set the.
So awesome, it's in downloads, so I'm going to Alt S for saving.
Alt S. Special lessons. HTML. Save as dialog. Confirm save as dialog. Special lessons. HTML already exists. Do you want to replace it? No button to activate. Press space.
I'm going to say yes because every time I get an HTML, I download an HTML file from this special lessons page, it gives it the same name. And I could rename it, but I just forgot to delete the last one, so I'm going to say yes, I want to replace it.
Yes button to activate. Press spacebar. Alt plus Y. Enter. Special lessons Mozilla Firefox. Navigation region. General by.
So now that is in my downloads, I'm going to go over to my File Explorer window and just back until I get to the main area and then go to downloads.
Task switching. Screenshots. To move to an item, press the arrow key. Alt left arrow. Shelf. Alt left arrow. Shelf. Google. Pictures. Documents. Downloads. Enter. Downloads. Items view list box. To special lessons files. Special lessons.
Okay, so here I am, and I have my HTML file right here.
Special lessons. HTML 1 to 5.
That's actually not what we're here for. So when we downloaded the HTML file, it had to download a bunch of stuff in order so that it could piece together that HTML file. And those bunches of stuff is here.
Special lessons files 2 of 5.
It's in that folder. So I'm just going to open this folder.
Enter. Special lessons files. Items view multi-select list box. Not selected. Homework data 7.
So the picture we are looking for. So the reason we're doing this is because when we did a screenshot or an OCR, it only got part of the picture. But if we do this, it's literally going to download the entire picture. And that way, we can see everything that you would have to get to if you would scroll. So this eliminates any scrolling. So the picture that is usually there is usually a bunch of random letters and numbers. That seems to be a trend, but it's pretty close to the top.
000011204372215 JPG 2 of 30.
That's our picture this time, and there's a lot of different stuff in here. So if you get the wrong picture, then no worries, just try all the other pictures. But it's usually this one. So I'm going to do my picture smart on this. So that is JAWS key plus space.
Space.
P for picture smart.
P picture smart.
F for file.
Picture smart is in progress.
So the results have come, and let's see what it has. So this is going to be only the homework, what I need to do, because this is the picture that they used in the HTML as the homework. So this is going to be only the homework, and in fact, all of the homework. So I'm going to read it and see what else it gives me.
Heading level 4. This text appears in the photo. Review the following material. Throughout time, Earth has seen many different ecosystems come, go. By analyzing fossil records, scientists have found that major and events in the history of life on Earth, sometimes called macroevolution, can be broken down into 4 primary eras.
So it looks like this is the wrong homework. So I have gotten into my File Explorer, and I'm going to try this other picture because there's two that have random letters and numbers, and it looks like it got multiple assignments in the download. So we're just going to try this second one and see what it gives us. Layered command, just keep the space.
Space.
P for picture smart.
P, picture
F
smart.
for file.
Picture smart is in progress.
Doot.
Heading level 2 caption is a close-up of a map. Heading level 4 this text appears in the photo. Review the following.
Okay, so the caption is that it's a map. And let's see what it gives us as far as text.
Heading level 4 this text appears in the photo. Review the following material. The water cycle is the movement of water through the
Okay, so
earth.
this is awesome. It gave me the water cycle assignment.
Review the water cycle is the movement of water through the earth and the atmosphere. It goes through several steps to make a complete cycle. Water is stored in two reservoirs, the ocean water and the atmosphere. It leaves the ocean water through evaporation and changes into a gas ant. Rises into the atmosphere. There it cools and condenses back into a liquid. It rises into the atmosphere, forms into clouds, and the droplets that have condensed become precipitation, which falls back to the earth. Precipitation can be rain, snow, sleet, and hail. Then it is absorbed by the soil and taken up by plants. Transpiration also occurs. Transpiration is water that is evaporated from the plants as they release it into the air. There is also water stored in groundwater in aquifers. All of these parts cycle together to create the water cycle. USGS, the water cycle. Science for a changing world. Volcanic, steam, atmosphere, condensation, sublimation, ice ant, snow, precipitation, desublimation, evapotranspiration, evaporation, fog, drip, surface, runoff, snowmelt runoff, dew, infiltration, stream flow,
So this
evaporation.
stuff down here is actually a map. And so my tech instructor had actually told me there's a map there, but if we go to the top,
Heading level 2
it
caption
says
is a
that it's
close-up of a
supposed
map.
to be a map. So that's cool. And I mean, it's bad that it doesn't give me, I mean, it gives me all the words on the map, but it doesn't give me, you know, what the map looks like. But I can always do my own research or ask a sighted person to describe this map for me, which as long as I know there's a map there, that's good, because there on the when I was on the page, not alone does it, I mean, let alone it doesn't give me the text, but it doesn't tell me there's a map there either. So that I know that there's a map here, that's good. So now that I've read the homework, I could do it, but I'm not going to do it. So that is if you do the Picture Smart on a downloaded HTML file, but you have to get into the source files and you have to download all of them, but you can do that in one fell swoop with Control S. So now that I've got this wonderful description of my homework, I'm actually going to go show you the very big difference of what it gives me on the actual site.
Special lessons files to move to the special lessons Mozilla Firefox. Special lessons.
So I could go down to my button.
Add work button. Copyright, blank, water cycle, general biology.
That is absolutely everything it gives me. General biology, water cycle, blank, blank. And that is pretty much all it gives me on this. No, it is all it gives me on this. As opposed to when we did our OCR, we got like the top half. And then when we did our HTML source file OCR, then we got all of it. So there's multiple ways to do this, and each one will give you something different. So I'm going to do this possibly faster way. And so what I'm going to do is, instead of just Control S-ing on the whole page, I'm going to try and, you know, give it some sort of, you know, put it on water cycle and then Control S. It might make a difference. I'm going to go to the top.
Control F11.
Oops, I didn't put function. I better do that. Control, function, F11.
Special lessons.
See, my keyboard might be different than yours, so check if you have home and end keys. Then I'm going to B for button, down to
Browse button.
and then I'm going to do it again.
Add work button.
Okay, cool. We got to the add work. Now I'm going to up arrow.
Copyright to blank, water cycle.
Now I'm on water cycle. So I am on.
Water cycle.
Now that I'm on water cycle, I'm going to try and Control S and see if it gives me something different.
Control S. Save as dialog. File name. Edit combo. Special lessons. HTML to LD.
And for some reason,
Edit type of text. Item. File name. Edit combo. Special LD.
it's So Alt-D currently isn't working right now. I know it's in my downloads, but I'm going to try Control-L to see if that gives me anything different.
Control-L, address edit combo, downloads.
Okay,
Accessible.
awesome. It gave me to my address bar, which is basically just going to tell me the file path that I've selected. And it's on downloads because that's where I had it before. And I'm pretty sure that's also the default for downloading things from the internet. So I'm going to Alt-S for save.
Alt-S, special lessons, HTML, special lessons, Mozilla Firefox, navigation link.
Awesome. So now I'm going to go to my file explorer and see if it's done downloading.
Downloads. To move to an item, press the arrow keys. Down EN. Last week. Today expanded. Special lessons. HTML. Special lessons files. One of.
Okay, awesome. I have my special lessons files. We're going to open it up.
Enter. Shell folder view. Items view. Zeros. Homework data. 1 0 A HTML.
And there's only one random letters and numbers thing picture at the top. So I think that this has somehow made a difference to make sure that you're in the right spot when you save the file. So I'm just going to go to this picture over here
0 0 0 0.
and open it up so those of you who can see it can see how identical it is to where it came from.
Enter. Photos. 0 0 0 0
So
1 1.
this is the homework. Like, this isn't an OCR, this isn't just text, this is the picture they used to put the homework in there. So once I have this picture, then I can OCR it, and it's going to be like the purest form of the homework because it is the homework. So I'm going to just Alt F4 out of here and do the picture smart.
Alt F4. Special lessons.
Now I'm back in my file explorer, so I'm just going to get to my file and do my picture smart. I should still be on it because I didn't move, but we'll check.
0 0 0 0 1 1 2 0 4.
So after doing a JAWS key plus tab, it told me that I'm on my photo. Awesome. I'm going to do a picture smart. Layered command. JAWS key plus space.
Space.
P for picture smart.
P. Picture smart.
F for file.
Picture smart is in progress.
So I am in my file explorer, so apparently it decided this go around it wants to open in a separate window. So in order to get there, we're just going to Alt Shift Tab because I don't know why, but it's usually like behind it.
Zoom. To move to an item, press the arrow keys.
So my assumption was incorrect, so now we're just going to Alt Tab and see if we can find it.
Picture smart results.
Okay, well, it's there. Awesome.
Heading level 2 caption is a close-up of a map. Heading lettuce.
Okay, so now we've gotten into our picture smart results, which basically same thing.
Review the following material. The water cycle is the movement of water through an atmosphere. Water at rises 4% and taken up by.
Okay, so cool. It has all the stuff I need, no cutoffs or anything. It got it all perfectly, except for the map, because that's just map stuff. Anyway, so I've gotten here, so I would be able to do the special lesson now. Like it's asking me to review the material. Cool, I just reviewed it. Awesome, I did my homework. So I'm going to just escape out if I wanted to do anything else.
Escape. Name date modified type size. Special lesson. HTML.
So I'm back in my downloads folder. So when I would do a layered command, I do JAWS key plus space, then P, then F. So JAWS key is actually a modifier key. If you don't use JAWS, then it's like a key you would press with other keys to do a certain thing. So it makes the other keys you press, it gives them a place to be a JAWS command, to do something with JAWS. So this layered command, JAWS key is the modifier key, and JAWS key is either, mine is caps lock because I have a laptop, but if you have desktop, then it's probably going to be insert, depending on what you chose it to be. So that's what the JAWS key is, and so when you do a layer command, you always start with JAWS key plus space. So mine's caps lock plus space. And then for picture smart, it's PF. P then F. So now that I've told you what a JAWS key is, now you can understand what I was doing with the picture smart and the OCR and all the different things I was doing with my JAWS key. Because there's truly a lot, like JAWS key plus tab, then all the different layers commands, and then JAWS key plus F7 for links and all these other different things that you can use JAWS key for. So yeah.
View horizontal. Do not say tips and tricks to help me understand what is going on during class. Do not say this, instead draw a line from point A to this one here. Draw a line from point A to point B. Read until you get to the mark. Read until you get to the middle paragraph. I'll just drag it over here. I'll just drag the square over to the left of the triangle. It'll look like this. It'll look much darker inside when the light goes through it. Page down. Document content edit read only. Use document content edit read only. Preview horizontal. Matelo for giving this a go. Enter.
Thank you so much for watching the slideshow. And if you have any questions, don't be shy to email me. Right now, my email is emeriemb@gmail.com, emeriemb@gmail.com. But when I get my school email, you can email that one. Remember that I'm learning just as you are, and while you're learning to teach in such a way that I can learn, I'm learning to access all different kinds of material that I might need to use and do. So, just again, thank you, and have a good day, and I'll see you in class.